As I said at the top of the show, we're going to talk about the new Teaching Fellows program, and today we have two of the primary sponsors of this legislation. We have Senator Chad Barefoot. Senator Barefoot is the co-chair of both the Ed and Ed Appropriations Committees in the Senate, and we have Representative Craig Horn, who is the chairman of both K-12 Education and Education Appropriations in the House. So thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Well, first I want to start out with a little bit of a maybe a process question, if you will, about how this came about. Now, Representative Horn will appreciate this. I was reminded of a quote yesterday that has been attributed to Winston Churchill before, but I think but I don't believe that he actually said it. That was described that America and England were two nations divided by a common language.
Actually, he did say it.
He did say it. Okay, so that's what I thought about when I thought about the House and the Senate. That although you both enjoy supermajorities in both parties, y'all don't always see eye to eye on things. So how did this come about? This is something the House has been interested in. Senator Barefoot, maybe I'll ask you first. How did you and Representative Horn get together on this proposal? So
we know that staffing certain positions within our public schools in hard to staff areas is a struggle. And to Representative Horn's credit, he's been working on the past few years at a solution towards that. And so the Senate put together a work group focused on teacher recruitment and teacher retention, and this is one of the major proposals that we came up with, and we brought it to Representative Horn and shared our idea with him, and he embraced it, and we brought it forth together as a unified example of public policy that we think can help address those specific needs in our state.
Right. Well, I was at your committee hearing the other day. I think you said you had 70 co-sponsors, so basically it's going to pass unless you do something wrong between now and the end of the session,
well,
right?
That's why I said that this bill's already passed. All I can do now is lose, so I'll be quiet.
Well, tell us give me what are the highlights of the program?
Well, there are two particular things I think that really jump off the page with this program. First and foremost, it's the focus on STEM and education for our neediest kids. We all are aware of the dramatic drop-off in participation in our teaching preparation programs across the state. We are some 20% below where we were before. Some states are as much as 50% fewer people entering the teaching profession. So we focused on our most difficult to fill subject matters. The other part that's particularly impressive to me about the program that Senator Barefoot put together, it was the opportunity for people to enter the program not just as high school seniors coming into college, but actually to move over from a program where perhaps they were pursuing a different degree and they thought, well, you know, I've always wanted to be a teacher and this allows me the opportunity to pursue that.
Yeah, tell me, that is a unique aspect of this, certainly compared to the previous program. What are you've got some alternative paths in some ways for people to become teachers?
So the Teaching Fellows program seeks to create an elite, distinguished, forgivable loan program for teachers who are going into STEM or special education subjects, and it incentivizes them to go into hard to staff areas in our state. And one of the things that we wanted to do through that process was make sure that it is open to all types of students. So let's say you're a biology major at one of our public universities and you decide you're not going to become a medical doctor, but you do great in the classroom. We want you to engage with us in education, and so we create an avenue for students like that to potentially come into the teaching profession.
And how much? And it's $8,250. Is that right?
That's right.
Per year. Now let me ask you. Do you, I mean, obviously this hasn't even been passed yet, so you're looking at creating something brand new, but there have been questions about only having 5 universities in it, and how I think the amount, at least the initial proposal would be about 160 or so teachers. Do you envision this being a framework that can grow? I mean, is it scalable?
It's absolutely scalable, and it absolutely will grow. We've got to start somewhere. We need to get this program back on track in order to attract and retain high-quality folks coming into the teaching profession. Not just kids out of high school that have a desire, but teaching is a passion. There are people that are driven to be with those kids and are driven to help those kids achieve, but reality flips in. I just can't afford it. This is an opportunity for us to be able to respond to the passion of those folks whether they be high school seniors entering the college for the first time or people transferring from another program. They're already in college, or perhaps people that already have their degree and still have always wanted to teach. Well, this is an opportunity for them, for us to attract those folks to the teaching profession.
So how will the it's 5 universities or 5 teacher preparation programs, how will they be selected? We've got the dean of the NC State College of Ed here. Maybe she'll lobby you when you're leaving. But how are they going to be selected?
Well, and to give some background on that, we work closely with educators and professors in academia to kind of craft that part of the policy. And one of the things that's really important for us is to create a really strong program, not just to have the forgivable loan piece, but to create a really strong program. So limiting it to the 5 best educator preparation programs in the state allows us to build cohorts of 30 students within those schools as they get distributed, that kind of steals from some other great programs out there like the cohort model and Teach for America. We kind of bring that into the teaching fellows to establish a really strong program. So if and when we go to scale it, I hope that's part of what we scale is the programmatic nature of what we're doing. But the program will be housed under the UNC General Administration. There'll be an executive director. There'll be a board that has deans from both public and private colleges, that has the teacher of the year, the superintendent of the year, a local school board member, someone from the business community, and these people will come together and set a lot of the criteria that will be used to administer the program.
Including the university. Well, we're almost out of time. We'll give you the last word. So you want this to be not just a cash delivery system for scholarships, but you want to make great teachers.
And direct those teachers at this point to fill our most demanding needs, where we need teachers the most. There are schools in this state that don't have a biology teacher in the school. They don't have a science teacher. They don't have these folks. These are high needs areas. The additional beauty of this is it's not just for UNC system. Our independent colleges and universities can participate. Our community colleges can participate. Our community college students can participate. So we are focusing on what is needed most right now.
Very good. Well, thank you both for being here. Thanks for sharing this with us. We'll continue to follow it. Before we go to break, see if you can answer this question. Careers in STEM fields are forecast to grow 10.5% through 2024. What is the forecast growth in non-STEM careers?